Okay, we are live. So, right before my very eyes, I thought that you were only fake. No, I'm just kidding. Today, before my friend left town to go to an undisclosed location, we met up. He gave me some parts to wire for him. I'm sure you all can guess who it was based on this and this alone. Yep. Anatole, or NATO, if you want to call him that, or Nate, or whatever. So yeah, he gave me this to wire. Which, very nice. This one is like brand new. Mine is not like new condition by any means, but it is still very nice. He didn't as much as I did for mine. He didn't pay. He paid like $30 for this one, whereas I paid almost $100. But that includes shipping. I don't know what his case was. And we've got this Fujitech, which I've actually never seen these buttons before. And these are really cool. They're branded Fujitech, or Jifu. Satiju. So, yeah. These will be really easy to wire up. And he's not coming back into town for a little while, so I'll have plenty of time to do this. So this one, I've already kind of taken some of the stuff, and oh, and this lamp socket doesn't have a wire on it. So, alright, so yeah, just pull this out, because I am going to give him a brand new lamp socket, which, I mean, this one's in really good shape. I just don't feel like soldering right now. So, let me go get something. And I'll throw in, well, actually, damn it, I don't have all the red bulbs. They're in my car, which is in the shop. As you'll probably know, I had a hit and run incident. And, wait a minute, okay. Hold on. Actually, I will be back. Okay, sorry about that. I know 5 minutes of buffering isn't really cool, but it's for the playback, so that way there's not just 5 minutes of blank space. So, yeah. At least I hope that's not what happens. I don't want just 5 minutes blank space. So anyway, I went looking, but I could not find them. So they are in fact in my car, which I do not have. So, whatever. Oh, it looks like I'm out of lamp sockets. Looks like I'm out of Dover lamp sockets. Hell. Unless they're somewhere that they're not supposed to be. Which seems likely as well. So, yeah, I'll have to solder. I'll have to solder onto this socket, which won't be a problem, and crimp a connector so I can connect it onto here with ease. So, but that'll be for later. That'll be for tomorrow. What I am going to do is I'm going to actually take that button off, and I'm going to fix that button because that one actually turns. And we don't want that. The button cap is not supposed to turn. Oh, and that just comes off so easily. I could not get that with my finger or my nail. See, I've got some pretty rare stuff. And he was right when he said that both things that he has for me to wire, I've definitely never seen before. In an elevator or off. So get off. Okay, cool. Now we can actually see how this thing works. And we'll take the other one off just because, well, actually, no. No, I'm gonna clean the plate for him. So. Okay, there we go. So, it's a lot like Innovation. Seems pretty durable, but let's see what it looks like. Yep. Yeah, these are, yeah, you can see they don't glue them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, if I can take that off. Twist, okay. These are built pretty much the same as Innovation. It's creating a suction effect, which is making it very hard for me to take this button cap off. So, might not have to worry about it turning so much. But this one, definitely do. This one turns pretty freely. So, yeah, that's not very ideal. I can just work that off. Bing! And there it is. And, oh, they do glue them, but obviously, or no, that's not glue, that's just to fill in the arrow part, so I am not going to scrape that out. So, yeah, you can see, they just like put this on a flat surface, fill it in, and then they polish it, as you can see by the, like, some of that is embedded into the arrow part. So, what I'm going to do is get some of this, and it looks like there actually was glue around the outside. So, and you can see this one is like this. So the up button is obviously this one, the one with the lamp. So that's how I remember. And this is a bit different as well. It doesn't have the halo, because, you know, this pretty much has all of that in it already. But I might be able to just glue this as it is right here. Don't really need to take it off. So, yeah, just put a couple drops. There we go. All right, just let that dry. It dries really quick. It'll bond your skin instantly. So yeah, you can cause a lot of trouble. And yeah, these both go the same way, but that's how they do them. That's why the contacts were reversed. So just checking. So this is the way that it should be. Because they only made these in one direction, it looks like, as far as I can tell. So you just had to reverse the contacts. I'm gonna make sure that this can't turn at all. Whoops. Just blowing out, that'll spread it around. You just gotta not get any of this stuff on your fingers, because it will cause a lot of trouble. Okay, maybe not that much, but still, don't do it on purpose. It's not too bad. You know, it's happened to me before. But if you put it in a space like this and then you blow on it, it can rise up into your eyes, just like in my my vector button refabrication video. And it's like vinegar. It burned my eyes. So yeah, got those glued. This one I'm sure is already set. It's already finished setting. Yeah, it's finished setting up. So yeah, this one seems good. The buttons themselves are in really good shape. I don't need to clean around the edges, and I mean, I didn't really plan to anyway, because they didn't look like they needed them. This is the first one that I did. So oh, I may have done these backwards, but it's whatever. I'm sure he doesn't. I mean, I'm sure he'll watch this video, but probably won't care enough to be like, hey, you reversed the contacts. And actually, before I put the buttons in, I'm going to clean this front plate. There's actually a very special way to do this. So, and these plates, these exact plates are actually still used by ThyssenKrupp. So, just get some watery soap. And we'll just spread it around with our fingers. Cleaning this panel. It'll only be a minute. And that's really all there is to that. So, yeah, it looks a little better. I don't like that's gonna do anything. But, yeah. So, that's that I'll probably clean it a little better later. But I'm just going to put this to the side along with these screws. So now we are going to move on to this. So you can see he very nicely marked it. Common, normally closed, normally open. So I'm gonna go ahead and straighten that out. Perfect. So yeah, and this lamp socket needs a new wire because one of them came off. Ow. And these bulbs actually have writing on them. Well, not writing, but Japanese engravings. So yeah, you push that out, the spring comes out. And it's literally just encased in this, it looks like silicone. So yeah, I'd really just have to solder a wire to probably like literally anywhere onto this, but that's going to be very difficult to do. I'm not looking forward to doing it. Well, actually, I can just put some flux on that brass right there, and then solder would stick to it, and then I could do that. So this button I'll probably most definitely be able to wire. So I just reset that lamp socket. So yeah, I don't want to solder to this. I'd rather use the little crimp connectors, but I don't know if I have any of the right size, and if they are, and if I do, they're probably in the Dover bin, and I don't want to use those if I can help it. No, they're all too big. So yeah, we're just gonna have to put this one to the side. Looks like I'm gonna have no choice but to solder to the switches. I mean, it'll probably be better that way. But this one I am familiar with. And this doesn't require soldering or crimping. So I actually gave him bulbs for this last year. And these are super simple to wire up. You can basically just use a 9-volt battery clip, or you know, whatever you use for power. This takes a while to do. Okay, that does not make it more efficient doing that. And I've also noticed that you never see people put a flathead bit in their impact. They never use that in their drill. And take this out, and it exposes all of this. Now all the labels are gone, but you just trace the wires and you can figure it out. I'm not sure exactly which ones are which, but I mean, I can probably test it with a 9-volt battery. So this probably isn't really a wiring video. It's just more or less, you know, screwing around. This thing is dead. It's dead. These bulbs run on 12 volts, so I'm not surprised that they aren't powering it. Let's try this. Okay, gotta do this test. No, that's how you know. Okay. Oh, perfect. I still have one of these things. Okay. Oh, the charger came out of my phone. That's okay. My battery's charged enough. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Let's come over here and bring this with us. This is not real, by the way. You can very obviously see it's 3D printed, but yeah, that looks legit. But yeah, they do light up white, and then when you press it, it turns red. But it's weird because it doesn't. The other button doesn't stay white. When you press one button, that's the only one that stays lit. The other one just goes out. So plug this in and see. Yep, there we go. That's literally how you do it right there. So you can put this cover back on. So, yeah. These things are probably the easiest to wire. Like, especially those of you that have the call buttons from the Cathedral Learning. They're exactly the same as this. So, yeah, that's pretty basic. So, Anatol should be able to do that on his own. Just use these two. So, oh, and as luck would have it, I have a Sharpie over here, so I can mark it. And the polarity literally does not matter. So, yeah, that's pretty simple to wire up. So I may put some spade connectors on this. I'm thinking about it. Oh, and here's another USB breakout board that I have with the wires soldered on, so I could definitely use that somewhere at some point. So yeah. Actually, I should have done squiggly marks because this will run on AC or DC. So, literally just these two terminals, and it'll work. Because they've already got soldered onto these, so this thing's pretty much pre-wired. All you gotta do is just put your own connector on it, and tracing where these go can be a real pain. As you can see, this goes all the way out, and then you gotta remember that it goes to this outer one, and then okay, that goes to that side, that contact, and then another wire comes off of it. It's daisy chained to this one, and then these two go to these. So this you could wire up to a lantern, or in this case, it would send it to the controller, and it would be a latching circuit. So in sending it to the controller, it also keeps that line flooded so the light stays on. And pretty funny, I bought these bulbs specifically for our Westinghouse buttons. I went out and looked for Westinghouse bulbs, but it came in like a Sylvania box. These are 1004 type bulbs. So yeah, 12 volts, 15 CR. And they are very bright. Even on 10.5 volts, they are super, super bright, and that's awesome. So yeah, there's a pretty big, that is a big hole. So yeah. If this video is titled wiring up some parts, we might as well do just that. So we're going to take this over to my workbench, which is full of fire alarm stuff. So let me get this stuff put away. It shouldn't take long at all. These off to the side, over here. V-Lock RSS. In there, or there, that's fine. V-Lock ZRS. V-Lock speaker strobe. See, this is why I need to move out. Because I just have too much stuff, you know? If I have my own space, I can spread it out. You know, if I have my own apartment in its entirety, then it would be a lot easier to spread things out and there wouldn't be as much clutter. So anyway, throw that there. And oh, one of my wires came out of that connector. Oh right, so soldering station, which yeah, my workbench is a mess. I don't use it often, but it's still like this, which is sad. I know. But let's get some light going and turn that on. So, soldering iron is warming up very, very quickly. So, a bit dangerous. Move some of this stuff out of the way. I need a clearing stick like Ricky Trailer Park Boys has. I got one person watching. Hi. Oh, this is from last year when he gave me parts. By the way, do not ask him for parts. You will get the exact opposite of what you're looking for. He will take any parts that you have. Yikes. Thing just face planted. And this fan right here, I got that to blow the fumes, the solder fumes away from my face because I've inhaled too much of them. So I'm sorry if you don't like that noise, but it's gotta be there. So let's strip this. This is the cheap way to do this. If you only want to buy one tool, and I'll do the other one. So, oh, I see what happened. This just let go. The crimp connector just decided to let go. My god, my birthday's in 2 months. I can't believe that. I just realized that. Wow. Time really is flying. There we go. And I'm gonna wrap that around there. So, yeah, and I will see about soldering to this. So, yeah, just going to put this in the normally open contact. And they're playing Glory of Love by Peter Cetera on my radio station. It's always nice. Alright, so soldering iron. You gotta be careful with this. It's 500 degrees Fahrenheit. It somehow went into the tip of my thumb one time, and I'll zoom in because this is very satisfying to watch. Watching metal melt is satisfying, and there's no getting around it. So you just heat up the contact. It shouldn't take very long if you're on full power. You don't want to touch the metal. You don't want to touch the solder to the iron, because then you'll get a cold solder. You want to heat up the contact and the wire. Like that. There we go. And it helps if you've got some solder on the tip of your soldering iron. It'll make it heat up a lot faster. But anyway, that is soldered on now, and the wire is going to be very hot. The shorter it is, the closer it is to the site of soldering. So now we get to figure this out. This is going to be interesting, but I feel like it's going to be a pain. So use my helping hands. This is a must-have tool if you've got a soldering iron or do any sort of soldering. So I've got flux here, and it basically just prepares the surface for brazing, and it makes the metal stick to it. So just dip this Q-tip in the flux. Touch some of that there. And then get the soldering iron, get the iron rather. Oh, and that thing actually will melt. And it smells horrible. I'm going to be careful with this because Fujitec does not make these. Not anymore, anyway. Take some of this yellow wire, and I'm going to use that to solder onto this. Melting this casing smells horrible. It's like burning plastic or rubber. So I'm going to use my helping hands. I'm going to use one clip to hold the socket and the other to hold the wire in place, pretty much. Actually, I'm going to dip this wire in flux. There, got a generous coat. And that's probably the best example of a cold solder that there is. But it seems good. So I can probably take my nose out of my shirt now. And wow, okay, it actually held. That's impressive. Well, nice. That's awesome. Anatole will be proud. If I can find my cutters that fell on the ground. I was using to strip the wire. There you are. Anyway, zoom back out. Alrighty. And then these will be connected together. So I'm just using these to strip the wires because I don't feel like using the strippers I have up here because they are just garbage. So what I'll actually do, I'll take one of these. And I will attach it to this, because I'm sure he doesn't want to use batteries, because 9-volt batteries are expensive. They're just a pain. So I can probably use a smaller cap. Oh yeah. And then just solder one wire to, oh, this one's actually not labeled, which is normally closed, open, and which one's a common. I do know which one it is for that one, but and I've got a Sharpie up here too. Nice. Oh. I see something. Oh, no. I guess it'll just be... I guess it'll just be this bottom one. Because, I mean, they're pretty much both the same. So just stick that there. It's gonna come out, but that's all right. we're almost done. My phone is at 10%. Out. And then we extend this wire over to this side. Snip this down. Hold on. Okay, we're good. All right. Now it should be good. Ouch. All right, shut this down. And now we'll go test it. Oh, shit. Well, we can hear the buttons work. Oh. All right, moment of truth. The bulbs in here are probably way too high powered. Require too much power. Oh, I don't have bulbs in here. Well, in here I do. Actually, let me try with this first, and so we know that works. Okay, good, it's just the bulbs. It's just the bulbs themselves. Okay. See if my soldering job is any good. Please. Oh, it's not plugged in. Thank God. That was the problem. Ooh, yes! Yes! Oh my God, yes. 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 Oh, it's already lighting up. Anyway, let's see how this looks. Let's try it with some of my LED bulbs. I've got an orange one. I really hope this doesn't make it blow. And well, actually, in order to ensure that, I'm going to use a different supply. I'm going to set it at 5 volts. Because this is one of those fancy variable supplies. So let's see this. Okay, it looks like it's polarity sensitive. No, what am I thinking? Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Now, let's see how an orange LED looks. Okay, that looks cool. And then, oh, that actually still lights up pretty generously on 5 volts. Wow. Okay, let's try it with a blue LED. I've got tons of them. I've got white LEDs, I've got red. And then I've got neon bulbs too, which unfortunately take 120. That's pretty. Goes nice with the brass. So yeah, this will work anywhere from like 5 to 12 volts, which is great. But of course, it all depends on the bulbs that you're using. But I'll probably definitely give him some of the orange one. Look at that. Check this out. Electricity finds a path if it's only connected, if it only has like live going to it and you touch where the negative is. Finds a path through me to the ground and completes the circuit. Just a little bit. So let's see how this red looks. What? Why does it not press so nice? Now with this. I thought this one was, I thought that bulb was like really compact. That's better. I really liked that orange though. Yeah, the orange is probably going to be the winner. He might even choose it, but I'm gonna leave it up to him. So yeah, that's some wiring. Pretty simple. Fujitech. I mean, yeah, it's just like A series. And really most of the other stuff for that matter. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Learned something. I did. And very proud of my work. I'm sure Anatole would be just as happy. And thank you for the whole station from Berkshire. Wait, what's Berkshire? And I will talk to you.